Salome is taking us to a new dimension, speaking to us from the richest country in Africa. You know, DRC is the richest country in Africa because they have such good biodiversity, they have such good natural resources, and the whole DRC for so many things. But what is happening on the ground? What is happening to the women, the girls? Are they included in conversations? Are they included in the policies that are being made about big projects, about all the extractive activities going on, about the conflict? So right now is our pleasure and privilege to welcome Salome Elolo to make a presentation on the gender dimensions of freshwater ecosystems in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Salome, you are welcome.
So thank you so much, and morning to everyone. So today I'll be talking about the gender dimensions of freshwater ecosystem in the DRC. As we all know that fresh water is very important in the humanity. And when we are talking about fresh water, what we see women. So the women are the primary actors in the family management and even in several aspects. So the management and access to fresh water for domestic and agriculture has been challenges for the planet in recent decades. So that brings the vitality of water and its correlation with the gender issues in the face of crisis and the management of households in which women play a key role has been attested by several studies like Gender and Water Alliance. Water is a really hotspot for sustainable development, the eradication of poverty and serious illness, access to education for girls, and the reduction of mortality. As well known, the DRC has the large quantity of fresh water ecosystem, and it represents 17% worldwide hydrographic basin. Having the DRC with a large quantity of water, but it's sad to know that it's the least supplied when it comes to drinking water. And according to the report of 2011 by the UNEP, that says that we only find only 26% of the Congolese population that have access to drinking water. And when it comes to that, the women, they are the first that pay the heavy price because they need to wake up early in the morning to go to walk long distance just to fetch water and come back to supply to their families. And all the struggles they do go through to make everything okay, like doing house chores and everything else, they are put aside when it comes to decision making about the management of freshwater ecosystem. So that's why we want the women to be more active in decision making about the management of freshwater ecosystem. So this issue can be addressed in three different aspects. So the first one is the social cultural, the second one is the legal one, and the third aspect is that freshwater is a common resources that can be shared. So when we see the first aspect, that is the social cultural one, as well known in all African countries, water is really related and linked to a woman. So a woman has an important role with the management of water. And this issue has been addressed in several international conferences. Several international conferences several international conference on water that was organized, the ones organized by UN. For example, the first meeting that was held in Argentina in 1977, and the other one in Dublin in 1992. As well, we know that the water is very important to the woman. So it's sad to see in the country like the DRC, the richest country, as you say, that have the largest quantity of water. But even in the big cities, like today, for example, the capital, Kinshasa, in good areas where we see until now, women waking up early in the morning to go and fetch water, to come back. They don't only go and fetch it and it's done. No, they have to come and apply all methods so they can make it drinkable, and they can know how to keep it. So we can say that women in DRC are considered like workers because they do take care of everything. So this way of doing things in Congolese society violates gender requirements, in particular that of equality of opportunity, non-discrimination of women. So we are going to the second aspect, and that is the legal aspect. As well known, there is many international texts that have been adapted by the state under the supervision of the UN. Among those texts, we can mention like Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women and the Beijing Platform. And then we have the DRC law. And in the DRC law, the legal text guarantee the gender dimensions for the respect of the rights of the women. And it is crystallized in two documents, the Constitution and the Water Code. So the third aspect, that is the problem of the transfer of fresh water within the limits of the national territory. So the question of fresh water touches so much on the survival of the society in which the woman is recognized to be the major actor on the management and the supply of the family. So this issue must be treated by taking into account the participation and the involvement of women as defined in the article of 51 and 52 of the DRC Water Code. So to conclude, according to the FAO, discrimination against women in the main factor favoring. So we see, first of all, the marital system, which compile like the women are only behind, so they are only left background, and the men, they are the only ones that do make decisions. And for that, we see that women, they have poor access into education. So that leads that they are not well informed and they ignore their rights. And even on the land's rights. So having supported all the pillars on which the gender dimensions of management rest, it is very important for the DRC to involve women on decision making of freshwater ecosystem. So binding international and national texts impose on countries the responsibility to work towards ensuring the respect of women's rights by taking measures which are essential and which condemn all practices tending to favor any discrimination against women. So for all of that, all I can wish for is in days to come that the women in DRC will fully benefit in the legal text, both international and national, and see how they can get about the freshwater management ecosystem. So until now, we are still struggling, and we are very struggling because, like, for example, having this pandemic on the coronavirus, and we don't have water, and women in Kinshasa particular, they do wake up early in the morning, like 3 in the morning with their girls to go and fetch water. And sometimes they can stay from 3 a.m. until 7 or even 11 a.m. just to be able to have water so it can help them. And all of that, it's like the men are just they are set aside without saying anything. And they're the one who are like benefit, because When the woman is tired, fetching water, coming back, she has to cook and she has to do many things. And it's so pity for us, because having what we have in Congo, we should be able to have water in every household, and we should have women to participate in every decision when it comes to water, because water is really linked to her. She's the one who understands what is the pain of waking up early in the morning. She's the one who understands how she has to carry heavy things in her head or on her back just to carry water so she can help her family. Thank you very much.